It looks like PSN is down again. Quantic Dreams' Detroit Become Human has a release window confirmed, and there are a couple of awesome PlayStation 4 game deals that I want to cover. We'll get to that in a little bit, but first let's talk about some major news. It looks like PlayStation Network is down again. We uploaded a video a few days ago talking about PSN going down just for a couple of hours, but now January 26th, it looks like the PlayStation Network is down again. If you go on Reddit r/PS4, there's a huge thread up, and it looks like many are suffering issues logging into PSN right now. I'm having issues getting on PlayStation Network, and a couple of days ago, I let it slide a little bit, but I was still upset because we are paying for PlayStation Plus, and I just want an online platform that is stable and up to par. You don't see Xbox Live going down as much, but why this time around it stings even more is think about the date. It is January 26th. It is without a doubt the biggest day for game releases of the year so far. I know it's only been a couple of weeks, but nonetheless, today is a colossal day for game releases. We've got Monster Hunter World, a game so many are excited for, and we've got Dragon Ball FighterZ, another game so many are excited for, and now PSN goes down suddenly. If you look at the thread, there's somebody that actually said they skipped work today so they could play Monster Hunter World, and yeah, how do you feel about that when PlayStation Network is down? Some services are experiencing issues, and once again, we got no warning of any maintenance or anything like that happening, so this is once again something we did not see coming. And even if this was scheduled maintenance, why would you schedule maintenance the day that Monster Hunter World and Dragon Ball FighterZ is released? Wouldn't you schedule it a different day, maybe the day prior? This just doesn't make a ton of sense for me, and as much as I love PlayStation, this is just a shame and I can't let it slide. Again, the main factor is we're paying for PlayStation Plus, and today's just a horrible day for PlayStation Network to be down, even if it's for a little bit. Again, if we let things like this slide, it just gives Sony more power to not take us seriously, and I know how much our audience loves PlayStation, but things like this, you just can't let it slide, and it looks like it's affecting various regions, and it's just unfortunate. Hopefully by the time you guys are watching this video, PlayStation Network is back up and running, but just a shame that it's happening today on the release of Monster Hunter World, on the release of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it's affecting a big gaming day for a lot of gamers. But beyond that, it is what it is. Let's talk about Quantic Dreams confirming that Detroit Become Human will in fact be releasing this spring, which is a little bit surprising to me. We already know that God of War is releasing on April 20th, so that's going to be a major game for the spring. The rumor is that Spider-Man is also going to be coming within the first 6 months of 2018. So Detroit Become Human, out of those 3 games, I really see this being the one that gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. I'm sure it'll still perform well, but with God of War releasing around the time, if Spider-Man releases at the same time, and if Red Dead Redemption 2 releases around the same time, man, Detroit Become Human is going to have a lot of competition. And unlike God of War and Spider-Man, this is more of a niche title. While Heavy Rain had massive commercial success, you'll notice that Quantic Dreams games as far as commercially goes are hit or miss. Beyond Two Souls didn't perform as well, and keep in mind that was a game that was released around the same time as a lot of other titles, but who knows, if the game's at a certain quality level, if it tackles a lot of mature themes in an interesting way, I'm sure the game will do well. It's just with Quantic Dreams, sometimes their games are really good, and sometimes you get Beyond Two Souls, and they're not as good, but I hope for the best out of Detroit Become Human. I'll be looking forward to playing it sometime over the spring. And finally, there are 3 fantastic game deals that I want to cover real quick. The first 2 deals come over from Newegg. You can pick up Titanfall 2 on PlayStation 4. The listed price is $15, and that's a great price. However, as you are going to see on the page, there is a promo code that you can use that's going to knock the game's price down to just $7.50. That is an awesome deal. I would highly recommend to check out Titanfall 2. This is a game I talk a lot about because it's one of the most criminally underrated first-person shooters of all time. And at this point, I'm sure you know the reason why. It was released right around the same time as Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Overwatch had released just a few months prior. And out of those 4 games, Overwatch, Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Titanfall 2 was just the one that fell under the radar. And I've always said that you can make a legitimate argument that Titanfall 2 is better than all of those games. I'm not going to get into that argument right now, but for $7.50, it's a fantastic first-person shooter. It's got a pretty good campaign, and the multiplayer has a lot more depth than the first title. Please check it out. At this price, it's too good to pass up. A game that wasn't that well received, but at this price, it's a pretty good buy, is Mass Effect Andromeda. Over on Newegg, it's listed at $20, but there is a promo code that knocks it down to $10. Now, this isn't the best game in the world. Compared to Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, Mass Effect Andromeda falls short of those games in a big way. However, it's still a Mass Effect title. It's got some solid gameplay elements, and if you're looking for a new RPG to play, this is the price to pay for Mass Effect Andromeda. At $60, it absolutely wasn't worth it. I wouldn't even say it's worth $20, but at $10, I would say that this is an RPG worth playing. A lot of issues here, but for $10, it's worth a shot. And finally, over on Amazon, you can pick up Middle-earth Shadow of War for $38. Still a little bit pricey, but on PSN, it's being sold for around $42. If you want a physical copy of the game, this is a pretty good deal. It was a bit cheaper during Black Friday and the holidays, but at this point, you're not getting those prices. So $38, a pretty good price for a good game that is unfortunately riddled with microtransactions, but you can still have a good time with it. That's gonna wrap up this video. Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Are you experiencing issues with PSN? Are you gonna check out Detroit Become Human sometime in the spring, or are there too many other games around that same time? And make sure you give a look at some of those great PlayStation 4 game deals available right now. Some awesome deals, especially that deal on Titanfall 2. I'm gonna sing that game's praises until I die. It's a fantastic game, and at $7.50, it is absolutely worth a buy. Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.